I've struggled with anxiety for as long as I can remember, but a few years ago it escalated to a breaking point. I began experiencing a lot of different symptoms, and I started having daily panic attacks that left me feeling so hopeless, and I remember believing I would never get better. It's taken a lot of time and lots of work, but today I'm feeling more at peace than I ever have in my life. I still struggle with difficult days from time to time, but my perspective is so radically different today, and I think a big reason why is I learned how to romanticize my ordinary life. For me, romanticizing life is about finding meaning and magic in simple, everyday experiences. And trust me, I know how it feels to have people telling you to just be grateful when you're struggling so much that it's hard to even feel gratitude. But for me, recovery didn't come from trying to feel grateful or trying to feel any kind of emotion. It was just about noticing things. And it was actually these very low energy, low effort practices that helped me heal the most and completely change my view of my life. So I want to share with you a few simple things I do to romanticize my life that have really worked for me. And no matter where you're at or how you're feeling, I hope that some of these will help you too. Listening to cinematic music or movie soundtracks throughout my day as I work or clean or walk has helped me so much. It always puts me in a better mood, and it reminds me that in my favorite books and movies, really difficult times are usually part of the plot and something that all characters have to face. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but the characters go through these low points so that they can build their strength and move on to the next part of their lives. And I believe that that applies to real life too. Limiting social media and allowing myself to experience boredom played a huge role in helping me romanticize my life. We live in a world where there are so many distractions. We always have a way to keep our minds occupied on anything but the present. Sometimes I feel like I can't do anything without having a video or audiobook or something playing in the background, like I'm afraid of boredom. But I realized that I'm not actually afraid of being bored. I'm afraid that I might begin experiencing anxiety if I'm not distracted by something. So I've been challenging myself to embrace boredom and just see what happens, and it's been so freeing for me because more often than not, I find stillness, not anxiety, when I allow myself to have that mental space. Paying attention to little details and noticing my senses like sight, smell, and touch really helps me live in the moment and feel more calm. I've always struggled with traditional meditation, but this became a way for me to practice mindfulness in my own way and experience the beauty of the world around me. And it took a lot of practice after living in autopilot most of my life, but now it's become a part of my everyday experience to notice little things. I don't know why it works so well to calm and ground me, but it absolutely does. Lately, I've been challenging myself to wear the clothes I love and use my favorite things often. I have so much clothing and jewelry that I've bought over the years that I just keep hidden away in my closet because I tell myself I'm saving it for a special occasion, and then I never wear it. And lately, I've been pushing myself to just wear these clothes on ordinary days because I love them and they make me feel so happy. And this applies to all kinds of belongings. I think it's just important to use the things that bring us joy instead of storing them away in a box. Recently, I've really gotten into bullet journaling and scrapbooking, and it really helps me romanticize my life. I write the highlights of each month, like goals I've reached or things I'm proud of myself for doing, and then I print out a couple of pictures of my favorite memories of the month. Then I have this record of my life that I can look back on in the future and remember those moments. And I also love creating self-care routines and bucket lists in my regular journal. For example, I'll write my ideal morning routine or after-work self-care routine or a monthly or seasonal bucket list. And I usually don't check off everything on these lists, but they motivate me to take care of myself and make time for fun. Living seasonally has become such a big part of my life as I've gotten older. I like to pay attention to all of the shifts and changes in nature and cook with seasonal ingredients, do seasonal activities, and spend lots of time outside no matter the season. And as I've gotten older, I've realized the importance of creating my own traditions for the seasons and holidays, and it's helped me reconnect with that childlike wonder I felt so often as a kid. I think it's always good to create things to look forward to, even if they don't require a lot of time or energy. Being open to adventure isn't easy, but I try to allow myself to stay open to new things and trust my intuition when I feel pulled to do something. Life is filled with endless opportunities for new experiences, and there are so many ways adventure calls to us. We just have to pay attention. This could be something big, like a new job offer across the country, but most of the time it's something as simple as a gut feeling to go somewhere or make conversation with someone or start a new project. We don't know who we are capable of becoming until we allow ourselves to try. And finally, focusing on my passions and hobbies. My whole life changed when I began to take my passions seriously and focus on what I loved. I shifted my sense of purpose from my job to my creativity and relationships, and it was the best thing I ever did. And where paying attention helped me see the magic in my life, my passions helped me create it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to share in the comments, I'd love to hear about how you romanticize your life. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.